So, my mic has just been muted.
Hello, and welcome to Three Amigos Ink and Splatter. I am your host, Marie Moldovan, with my co-host, Alycia. I'm not sure if she will be participating a lot during the podcast because she may be having some technical difficulties. So if all else fails, I'll be running the show and you'll have to live with my wonderful voice. Anyways, this afternoon and evening in some parts of the world, we have Ruth Doyle joining us, and Esther Marcella and Lukas Allen. I'm so excited. And towards the end, we will be reading a few poems by Michael Falls, Max Myers, and Michael Lacy. Oh, one more thing. We also have Scott Lawson, who is also known as Ghost. If technical difficulties sort themselves out, he will be reading as well, along with the other guests. But if not, maybe next time. The first poet up is Ruth Doyle. Hello, Ruth. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourselves for everyone? Would you like to introduce yourself for everyone this afternoon, this evening?
Well, you want me to introduce myself?
Yep, introduce yourself. Give us a little bit of a biography. Tell us about who you are, where you're from, what it's like there.
Right, I'm Ruth Doyle from the UK, and it's very cold here. And we're supposed to be having another storm soon. Right, I'll read you my bio in case you haven't got it. I live with a family of bipolar, and I'm waiting to write my first book, which should take 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully, and I'll be starting. I've always written poetry. All my family do. It's sort of a family gift. So that's why my daughter's trying to get on board now. She thought she'd write a poem too, which I'm going to read first. So if it's right, Marie, shall I start? Don't tell me.
Absolutely. The floor is all yours, Ruth.
Lovely, right. It's called A Clear Message. Truth, hope and freedom, it is in sight. In any order, manifest, don't fight. The truth is coming for all to see. Just be alert for the wood through the trees. Listen to the news, but only if wise. There's accuracy with clear eyes. This message seems cryptic to those in denial. I have much hope. Positivity is crucial. Manifest, truth, hope and freedom. This world must be saved. Is the people believing? A high frequency is at work. Don't give up. Just be alert. Right, that's my daughter. No, I'm just going to read, and then when you've had enough, just tell me, because I've got quite a few here.
Absolutely, no problem.
Right, I've got a Christmas one here. It's coming up to Christmas, and I've sent my letter to Father Christmas. All I ask for is to have a nice home with a real mummy and daddy. Been living in this children's home ever since I can remember, and every year I look out of the window, see all the snow, see all the children running around, getting ready for Christmas, and I feel so lost and alone. Then there's a knock on my door. It's a social worker, and she has 2 people with her. Looks like my wish has come true. Now we're going to get worse. Cursed mirror. I just bought this mirror, bought it from this house. They were setting up because they had just lost a spouse. What I didn't know, this mirror holds a curse, and for the previous owner, couldn't have been any worse. But inside this mirror, you will see, lies the demon of eternity. I cannot look inside this glass, whatever you may do, for the demon will come along and take your soul from you. What else have we got here? Yeah. Right, this is about a little boy. Once 'twas long ago, lived a boy who continued to grow. He grew so very tall, he went right up the wall. Then he took part in a show. Well, in the show he was appealing till he went right through the ceiling. As he went on his knee, went right up a tree. And then he was as happy as could be. It was the most wonderful feeling. Right, this is getting worse. Right, we've got another horror one here. My friend's a vampire. One day I went to see my mates, and to be honest, worried is a bit of an understatement. First of all, she won't go out during the day. Whenever I'm around her house, she has all the curtains drawn, and you can forget about her fridge. It's like a pathology lab with lots of bags of blood. Really? What is all that for? And she has taken out all the mirrors too. And the icing on the cake is in her cellar. She has a coffin. She always seems to have a couple of really long teeth. And I think I've now come to the conclusion that my friend is an actual vampire. Right, continuing with horror. Aged curse. I've been hit by aged curse and every day is getting worse. A gypsy held out her hand and I didn't really understand. She said I should pay if she gave me my future today. But now I'm in a state, my face is like a prune. Maybe I can reverse with the help of this rune. Otherwise, I'll have to live like this. Or live like this I must. Or maybe one day I'll turn into dust. We've got another curse here. Oh, it's a cruise, sorry. Oh, I've nearly gone off. Right, here we are. Right, this is a cruise. I've got some news. Now I've won the jackpot, I'm going on a cruise. I must say farewell to home and land, for now I'm having a life so grand. From dancing in the ballroom to casino on the deck, I need this cruise so badly as I'm a nervous wreck. So off we go to the land of the midnight sun. I'm seeing the northern lights and having a lot of fun. So ship ahoy, I'd like to say, we'll be back home another day. I'm still here. Can you still hear me? Uh-oh. Marie?
Yes, absolutely. I can still hear you. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, because it said earlier that the mic had gone off, and I thought, oh, lovely. I'm sitting there talking to myself. Right.
Yeah.
Right, I've got another one, magic book. I just found a magic book. I would like to show it to you. The purpose of this book is to make your very wish come true. The rules of the book, as your wish only lasts only a few hours, and you cannot gain any powers. But it must be understood, you must only ask for good. If you break any rules that have been stated hereafter, the problem for you will be a certain disaster. Right, another one. Seasons come and seasons go. It's hot in summer, with the winter comes the snow. Springtime comes with lots of rain until you think you go insane. We have March winds and April showers. These sometimes last for hours. So whether you are cold or hot, just be grateful for the life you've got. Right, we've got another Christmas one. I thought I'd do Christmas because we are in December and we probably won't be back till January. Right, on Christmas Eve, you want to see no children gathered by the tree. Well, it has now been said they are tucked up safely in their bed. Because it is a magical time when Santa Claus comes around. And in the morning, when they wake up, lovely presents will be found. So all your children go off to bed after you've said your prayers. 2 in the morning comes, then you can go downstairs. Right. Winter Wonderland. We are now taking bookings, but are getting out of hand because everyone wants to come to our Winter Wonderland. It's a land of magic where children wish to go to see Father Christmas and watch a magic show. So hurry up, they won't last long, tickets are running out. If you are not ready, your children will cry and shout. Right, colourful world. There is a colourful world, it is high up in the sky. You can see it if you are nearby. Up above is Spectral Land, the colours are so very grand. The sky is made of crystals with a lovely pinkish hue. The clouds are colour purple, you must see the rainfall too. Because when the rain does fall down, it comes in the shape of a crown. Made up of lemon mallows with beautiful diamond stars, the snow is made of blues and greens, you can see it if you are near Mars. So if you're flying by and you really want to see, you must come and see us in the spectral galaxy. Right, that's another story. Babysitter mayhem. Mrs. Smith down the road wanted a babysitter. Well, I've seen her kids and thought, how hard can it be? When I arrived quite promptly and was told, whatever you do, no sweets are allowed, as the children can be hyperactive. Well, I went round with my boyfriend. He probably thought we'd have a nice time on the sofa watching TV. He said he would supervise kids upstairs so they can brush their teeth and get them ready to bed. He even read them a story. But unknown to me, he gave them some sweets, and then the nightmare began. First they were using their bed like a trampoline, then they were swinging off the curtains, and didn't realise they came downstairs, emptying the contents of the fridge everywhere, eggs and ice cream all over the carpet. I went into the kitchen and went flying with ketchup and ice cream all over me. That's when the parents came back. As you probably guessed, no payment and I wasn't invited back. Right, I've got 2 left. And then we must let somebody else have a go. Snow time. At last the day has come. It's finally arrived. A lot of snow is falling from the skies. All the children outside, playing in the park, building on the snowman right until it gets dark. And then tomorrow out they will go to the special ice rink with the skates, a lovely show. So out they go with their coats and gloves to have a great day. And when it is over, they will shout, hip hip hooray. Right, last one, Christmas. There's a Christmas tree in the corner with lots of gifts galore. You'll hear the carol singers knocking on the door. The table is ready, filled with all the roast. Make sure you fill your glass and it's ready to have a toast. We wish you a happy Christmas and a healthy New Year too. This is a festive message from my house for all of you. Right, hello.
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 That was beautiful. I enjoyed all of that, the Christmas stuff, dark stuff. You know, I really enjoy your poetry, Ruth, and I'm glad that you joined us this evening for you. Right, supper time. About what time is it there?
It's 5:21.
5:21 supper time. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
actually.
well, we had an early dinner today, so I'll be ready.
Ooh, sounds like fun. Well, thank you for joining us Ruth, and hopefully you pop on again because I really enjoy your poetry, and I'm sure everybody else does too. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too. I'll stand for a little one. Here's some lovely poetry.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Next up, we have Esther Marcella. Esther, would you like to introduce yourself for everybody listening?
Sure. Hello. I'm Esther Marcella, saying hello from Mankato, Minnesota, USA. And it's good to be here. I really love hearing everybody, and I just really appreciate this community so much. So thank you, Marie and everybody. I am the poet laureate for the Living Earth Center Community Gardens here. And basically, I just write poems for their events, but I'm also very concerned with food justice and poetry and getting people to express themselves and encouraging that in any way. And I think poetry is just perfect for that. So thank you. I have 4 poems here. And I don't know, my voice is I have a cold. And it's funny because I was telling Lukas, it's like usually you get a sexy cold, but this is like, I feel like, I don't know, nerd cold or something, but that's cool. Nerds can be sexy too. We're all okay. It's all good. I'm just saying. All right. So,
absolutely. I love nerds. I mean, nerds are definitely sexy.
I agree.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We must, yes, that must be acknowledged. So here we go with Poetry as Perspective is the first poem. And I just want to do a little backlog or preface. Natural Poetry Month. What I've been doing the last couple of years is just writing something and posting it right on my Instagram. So that's kind of where this came from. So Poetry as Perspective. It's being a kid in the mid-'80s, back down on braided beige golden rug, under a ceiling of spider plants, spying on the whirling of Saturn disguised as ceiling fan. Poetry is the ability to ignore aunt commands, to leave the lake just as you step into a pocket of leeches. It's the stillness against the underwater scolding as aunt pulls electric blue eels from your feet. Poetry spelled out in the slippery writhing. It is once your blood spilled from those elongated throats, motionless S's in grass they mightn't have known. Of course, poetry is the eulogy of what may have happened and birthday card to the imagined. Poetry is the pitch circle in the eyes of crows in the claw of gray trees, caws held as tight as feathers. It's the murderous sight of acres of bruised Horions and unforgiven time. Poetry can never be the actual flight, but it can be the lift, a puff, air justified. All right. And to justify more air. This is called The Opposite of Fish is Drowned. And I don't know about you guys in your creative process, but sometimes I dream lines. And The Opposite of Fish is Drowned was the line that I dreamed. And then kind of these images were the dream. The opposite of fish is drowned. Near a purifying river, the air stuck with gills, my mind thick with the news story of tortured children. I say, it's horrifying that this is happening. My Libra friend, ankle deep in water flow, red mandala beads piled in palm, says, but it isn't happening. Stretches his arms, scales taunt in the wind. The mountain does not want thoughts of tortured children disturbing the afternoon. It hides chirps and skies from them. Like in my brain, the children cuddle with dark corners, hoping to be unseen by caregiver predators. Like my own sun-scraped lips wish to remain untouched in this dream. Above the shrub that clutch effervescent evening light blue of juniper berries, darkness wants to be spit out from my mouth in chunks to land on white stone. A quick sharpness to cut open my big toe as I create a peaceful dimension, a violet etheric protection of children, step my rivulet of blood into the stream. Who likes road trips? This one's for those of us who enjoy driving around wherever we are. To a morning star beside my moving car, or road tripping AM. The longing lavender of dawn in the east, as if tie-dye sunset of a foreign planet, stars in the glance of my window, in a rush hush of wind, say that we are light enmeshed. Passing the dimness of roadside sleeping semis and the blinking cherry stems of airport, distant bright, understand the secrets of my skin, and that your jazz hands crown reach in my chest, a fluttered explosion, an unexpected orgasm. What if I am, in this morning momentum, a skylark goddess devoted to the island of earth, vastness of darkness, pinprick sirens, flamed gases, unimagined terrain rejoices in existence, kirtan of constellation, cosmic crickets chirp, astral burst of dust. And then for my last one, also about road tripping, or driving to meet your love who maybe lives in a different city. It's called The Virgin and the Scorpion. I'm driving in orange autumn to be with you by mid-morning. Upset dribbles droplets through a stainless gray coffee mug. I am crumpled in my chest. Flashes through windshield, red screams from tree chops, and golden yellow flies, feather-like in whisks of wind. Wet, thick, a lick of pistachio salt in the slit of my teeth. I think, darling, you and I shall part, either the world or death. So then bend into me like stem from seed. Be with me like two clouds over the sea. I am only hands, sanitized and stationary, on this wheel of this vehicle. I am driving in premature mourning, welted with imaginings, numerous as the glints in your iris, swaddled with abated kisses. I am mummified by the moment. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. I could hear your smile when you read.
Oh,
it is beautiful. I mean, your capacity to read with that so much joy is amazing. It's very enjoyable. I really enjoy having you on here. And to answer the question about road trips, I'm constantly on the move. I like to drive all the time.
You just had a road trip.
Sorry. Yeah, I just did, but I like to drive all the time. I mean, it's like one of my favorite pastimes. If I'm not sitting in a cocoon, I'm driving.
Yeah.
And to answer the other question about, like, do any of us, possibly dream the lines? I absolutely do. I dream the lines, and sometimes they just, like, I hear them. They come to, like when you have the inner voice speaking to you, it just pops there. I get that a lot of the times, and it just won't go away until I write it down. Or I get these vivid images, and then I have to, like, interpret the image into the lines.
Yeah.
That's usually what I get.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exciting. Yeah. Yes. So Thank you very much for reading. And once again, I enjoyed you coming on, and I hope you join us again.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you're amazing. And so I'm just going to toss the floor over to Lukas. Lukas, would you like to please introduce yourself for us, for everybody that is listening?
I am Lukas Allen. I am Mankato, Minnesota with SE. I'm kind of come from kind of the criminology is like my passion. I'm a adjunct professor, but my passion is poetry and reading and writing it and encouraging people just to do what kind of must be done. If it bends the ear, if it nouns or pronouns or nouns, just kind of find your unedited atoms through poetry. And there is my picture looking fly and a whole bunch of stuff I do. Check out my Patreon blog called The Pilot of Uamuamua, and all those other books. There's not a limit of how many of my books you can buy. I encourage you to buy many copies for friends and everything. So I have one poem, but it's a long one. It's one that is really kind of a part of me, or since 2018, I used to live in Superior, Wisconsin, and we had the refinery explode, like almost evacuating a whole town. So if you imagine, like, if you ever seen the movie Silent Hill or know about the abandoned town in Centralia, Pennsylvania, that was abandoned because of a coal fire, it could have led to that. And so, like, that has kind of really inspired me, especially during COVID when things are bleak, to write about it. So this one is called Waiting on a Siren. How joyous, crow, atmosphere full of wind. Ravens, feed me your concerns, blessed, intractable, your dusk fires making midnight. I continue to belong to dead years in the oasis of non-age, missing coincidence before coming, abandoning myself and refugee in her own body. I don't own my death, for no shortage of deaths consumed. I wait incarcerated between siren guarding Cerebus and what is behind the wind, to guide our next volition from specter of bubbles rupture, raw smoke and lava poured on my back. I glow in apprehension and stirred in trauma, inundated by menacing Nazi niceness, under metronome will one day smile. We measure time by gas station gas prices. We dig out of our asylum beds when another morning survived the night to sway quarantining curtains to saw the snow's charred wintry concretion, gardens ice sown. From under the nameless sun, that goldfish mouth stuck to above aquarium, tastes the dirge song of the martyred town or the sacrificial city or Neo-Golgotha, huffing for your quest for violence. That sun fixed by a king bolt arrived at the broken day when sound could stretch rightly. We exhausted all bad omens, that lavender morning already poisoned by recantant grief and apologies, are immersive in our surrogate selves. The day wrote upon no poem of their own, nor to call in their pronouns over solarized horn. We wait under nude skies with reams of corneas catching scenes. With leaves playing hopscotch, what looks like dawn is swirling sapphire reaching horizon in synchroclotron veins to pulsating ruddy tentacles of exhaust exent to velodrome where sky's lips meet death. A melange of fluttering alkaloids, my body renounced me, left to let my sparkless catatonic orbs to sentinel the danger starting to dial, the slow burning, fire cure, emulsion, the silica breezes, the menu of ravaging piston hammer breaking rips, the blossoming capillarly searing sarais, fire hands, prying open the tin vats and freeing for birth, grabbing steams, a natural referendum decision making us moribund to liberate oosphere, to blitz all contain night terroring oriflammes. When town's warning finally spikes, popping out its throat and snaps, corroding out of a buried cough, to alarm out of the mouth of moans, a lonely hornet's heart strums solo cello, an off-ear tinge smiling raspy, let loosing the zones of wars, came skirting over tacticline, and one soprano thirsty breath, pristine, fighting cremation scream, and chromatic beaks of tabbies, they started fire, and I am afraid the rainbow wine won't make it across the canary before the danger colorless hue sweeps us all off. We vacated our lives, we started crowd, our pupils draining eclipse by the pitched echoes to city eruption guffaw, snow beams whipping or under mirror film smudge, gone to fog of print fingerprints rubbed contributes to instant autumn. My frightened epidermis, my twin hands palindrome, rolls and grooves below frozen oculars watching all paternal, everyone being exiled to being servile from bloodshot catastrophe to balsamic swamp, halitosis burning lacquer varnished flood, incineration licking of old halls, schools, McDonald's, souls dragged out when before the fire came born, unbarked aspen displaced their detritus comments, flicked on fire from a ball of aneurysm. This is the world's commitment to suicide. Hades will be satisfied with this many converts once the air siren stops trilling. In my car seat, my ambivalent contortion shivering in an overcoat, my cigar thrown rearview mirror is a spike of sputtering fire. I will see you on the other side of red, since I am no longer lazy 40-year-old Levanter and bleached eyes to disaster face, out on a freeway, long sword, pointing to a day met in poison. Thank you. We still there?
Yes, I'm still there. That was interesting. Okay. I didn't mute your mic fast enough. Okay. So thank you very much for that. And it was a very interesting ending. That was the drama and all of it. Yes, the excitement. It's like we have a powerful poem and then wham! Now all you need is sirens. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So our next guest this evening is Ghost, Scott Lawson. Woohoo! Scott, you want to introduce yourself?
I guess you just did using my real name. No.
I know, I totally outed you. For those of you who did not know what his real name is,
I'm
now.
the Ghost. There's another guy.
It seems that you're cutting in and out, Scott. Scott, you're cutting in and out. I actually cannot hear you. So we could do this another. We could do this another way. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
Looks exactly just in case you wanted anyone interested.
Okay, you completely cut out for that, and you completely cut out for that entire thing. Should we try this again?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Losing it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have some technical difficulties.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Do you want me? No.
Mary?
I can hear you
Mary?
now. I can hear you now, but you're cutting in and out.
Okay, we're gonna come outside. I think there's a little bit better Wi-Fi. Can you guys hear us better now?
Better Wi-Fi and a lot of background noise. So yes, it sounds like we've got a lot of excitement today. Absolutely. Okay, we'll give that a shot again.
We're gonna get in the car here, and then should be less background noise. I think that Ghost is coming, but he's not in here yet.
This is gonna float.
Here he comes.
Land in the car. We've got like
Sorry, everybody.
description of what's going on.
Okay.
Go from one room, one hotel room with shoddy Wi-Fi into a car. Okay. Okay, there you go.
That's his life.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, for that lovely introduction. Can you hear me? Oh, am I talking over you?
No, I can totally hear you. It's just now see, we've got excitement everywhere. My dogs are excited too. Have fun.
Okay. I'm trying to find something worthy of reading to you guys. I'm having trouble. Oh, you there? Can you hear me, Mary?
I absolutely can hear you. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Let me see here. You got anything to read? I don't have nothing.
Can you pull up my Alley Red Letters page?
Okay, I got something here. I should read. Sorry, Mary. I know I'm dead air right now. Let me see.
That's perfectly all right. Just be like, do, 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 do.
Okay, here's one. I got one.
Okay.
I'm ready, Mary. Okay. This is going to be worth the wait. No, that's not it.
Do, 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 do.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
We weren't well prepared this morning.
No, we weren't. Oh, and I got 2%, so let me hurry up. I'm just going to pick something and go with it. So I apologize. I apologize if it's just raw and unedited because I'm just going to. Okay. This one's called Please, Please. Seize the day. Be the change. It's never out of range. Strange how we are so blind to the light shines so bright. Give it all away. Give us our space. Give us money. Give us a place. Let everyone fit in. Divide us all accordingly. This world's so bleeping boring. There's plenty to eat. There's technology for days. Give us everything. Kind of sounds like maybe a socialist.
That was
Sorry,
awesome.
I just picked one random. I'm gonna read another one, okay? If that's all right with you guys.
Go for it. Just pick a bunch at random. Just let it flow.
This one's called Lit. I'm just picking these random, so I apologize. For not being prepared. Lit. There's a spark in the dark, an interesting light. Hope for the wanderer, wondering what he might write. Expectations, no. Issues, yes. He needs a friend. Lately, she's been the best. Maybe a little too hot for his mess. This obsessed ghost floating around the world, haunted by faces, chasing the wrong girls. He knows a good soul is hard to find. 7 billion on this planet. Knows in his backyard. It's probably where he may never find. So follow my sign. Lone Pisces missing a fish. She's cute like China, but missing a dish. The wounds are fresh. They understand. Maybe a 3-day vacation without obligation could be a good plan. Do absolutely nothing except whatever they like. Throw a chair out of a window of a high rise. Set it on fire, then deny it. Pay the world back for its lies. Say goodbye with no cries. Publish a book and give love to the one who did write it. The end. One more?
Yep, you can keep going if you like.
Okay. Today is, I'm just picking these random, so I hope they're not explicit. If they are, I apologize. I'll filter them accordingly. Today is, there you are, beautiful soul. I see you need relief. Your heart is heavy, like my own. Ghost knows pain. You know, you scrolled upon this poem. Think about the one before you couldn't live without. The light knows how much you love. You need it out. You're not a game, my child, for some lost soul to play. Trust the glow, what we do, we know not along the way. Meditate away the pain, heartache, and spite. Poison the mind, leave their memories behind. Step into the light, shine yours too. The world is dark, your broken heart will heal. Just there to remind us we are real. And that's the last one. One more. Let me see. Careful what you wish for. I had one picked out I wanted to read, and I don't remember which one it was. It was a good one. Okay, this one's called The Universe. Oh, no, it's not. It's called Careful What You Wish. The universe delivers a mystery unsolved. What's left after they dissolve? Me. I'm relaxed. I'm the lane that's slow. I'm the catch. So just let go. I'm right on time. So let's take place. For you to win, just quit the race. Bob Marley. The bottle, the message, the one you read in your hand, you wish was heard. Now I demand. I kind of goofed at the end of that, but sorry.
Nobody would have noticed
Was it
unless you
painful?
told us. Nah, it was good. It was good. I mean, if you didn't tell us, we wouldn't know. We'd be like, oh, it was great. We have a tendency of showing everybody. Oh, by the way, I made a mistake here, and here, and they're like, if you didn't say anything, we wouldn't.
All right, I got one more. This would be it for me if I got
two
time.
more. Make it two more.
Two more. Okay, two more. This one's called Meant to Be. Lived in the same hood, went to the same school. Always my queen. I'm her main fool. Bound together forever so tight. My damn distress, her eyes I shine a starry night. Damn right, she's the bliss. Whiskey kiss burn. Straight up an acquired taste. No safe word. No say when. Naked choke under chin. Again and again. Still she there when I wake. Still feel her ill will to tell dream from what's real. Butterfly knife in my gut. So she sharp and she cuts for me. Senior ghost, she say don't ever get close to anyone or anything. At my worst, through my curse, she's the first and last there. Every verse I did share, inside her, I stay there. Know for sure, she's the only price I pay. My sweetheart in high school, peed in my pool. She died the day I ride away. I cry in her name. No, she never stray. I can't kill her with faith. Me and God, we agree. Forsaken is me and my dear pain. Her and me, meant to be in a home and hate tease. We like twins, Siamese, for eternity, all eternity. If she left, be the death of me, my sweet pain, beautiful pleasure, whatever. Does she see in me, my sweet, sweet pain? Okay, let me see. Okay, here's we'll end this on a up note. So this one's called Sweet. Oh, my phone died.
Oh no.
Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. How you like it?
It was short and sweet. Yeah, your phone died.
My phone died.
You're not
I
gonna
owe you
read
one.
this. Nope, not gonna read this. Aw. Okay. So, Alycia, do you have something for us this evening or this
All
afternoon?
right.
Well,
Come on, please.
so
Woohoo!
I wish I did, but seeing as how Ghost's
Yes, you
phone
do.
just died, that's what I had to read off of. Because if I do it on my phone, it'll just cut out when I leave the stream page.
Okay,
So
is there something
I guess
from...
we're done for now.
You're done. Alicia's done. Okay, fine. I will actually,
I'm
if you want
sorry.
me to,
We
I
can
can go to
freestyle
your
one.
page. Yeah.
We should all freestyle. We should
Do you
all
want to
just
read
take
my
turns.
poetry, Mary? You can read it for me.
I can read one of your poems. Wait, I gotta go to my page. My dog, or your page. My dog, he is communicating with somebody outside the window. Probably the neighbor in there.
Yes,
Okay. Ellie wishes red. Let me see if I can find you. I'm just gonna pick whatever's at the top of the page. Yay. Okay, so you might as well introduce yourself and then I'll read your poem. Okay?
Oh, I am Alycia, and I am a poet, artist, and mother from Oregon. And I love nature, animals, music, poetry, and art of all forms.
And she's beautiful too.
Okay, so I went to Ellie's red letters. She's beautiful. I mean, you guys sound so sweet. Aww.
Here, we can open it.
Okay, I can't find your page. Ellie's red letters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just Allie, no S at the end. Okay.
I got it. Okay. So the first one I'm going to read of Alicia's is called Signs. Night shift, driving, hit quick, with messages 666 next to my future initials. Signs of intelligence, not artificial. Patience asked, faith tasked, trust yours, green light, still shining. Everlong, heart rising, I'm still a believer, soul smiling. So tell us about that one, the poem.
I was just driving the other night and got some messages from the universe, as I do often, or spirit or whatnot. So I wrote it down.
We got quite a few messages the other day. I think it's 144. I mean, Joe had messaged
a lot of
144. Then you got 144. And just as we were talking about it, a truck drove by me with the license plates 144 AAL, which was kind of coincidental. It's like, universe is definitely talking. But
and I got the 666 AAL.
The 666 AAL. Well, you know, and I live on the junction of Highway 66 and Highway 66, so I'm literally 666. But I kind of find that funny because I've often been called Lucifer, like literally. I'm like, funny. Okay. So the next poem that you have, I'm going to read of yours, is called Everyone's Still Hanging in There. Ask Annie if she's okay. I'm going to read this one. I know. You're going to cringe.
Fine.
You'll live. I love you. Everyone's still hanging in there. Asked Annie, is she okay? Yes. Just wish I could dance the night away. Asked Red, you back to stay? Always, doll. Don't sweat it, okay? Asked Johnny, you still there? A simple nod lets me know he cares. Ask Ash, can she ever forgive me? I already have, but can you let the past be? Ask Airy, did I let you down? No, you gained strength. Now wipe that frown. Asked Alexander, you enjoy the snow? Good God, Allie, you should know. Asked Nissa, we ready to rise? I'm always here. It's up to you to decide. Gabe? Yes, still here, babe. I won't have to ask you to explain that one.
Thanks. I was going to say I'll leave it open for interpretation.
Was that Canadian?
Leave it a mystery. Okay. The next poem of yours doesn't have a title, but it goes, come out to the west with me. Let's manifest our destiny. I know we'll fit perfectly. No one else but you for me. They can all think that we're silly, moving fast, alley, willy-nilly. But you know I love you, really. Keep you warm when it gets chilly here, because I know you aren't used to the cold. But even when it storms or snows, you know we'll hold each other ever close. Now now that we've been each other, I'll never let you go. Sorry, I foobarred your poem. Now that we've found each other, I'll never let you go. And I will read one more, and it is also entitled, I could overthink this all to death, like I have before, until there's nothing left. I could listen to the voices outside of my head, but for once, there's one inside. Just says, trust yourself. It's really too fast. Or is it just divine timing? Am I out of my head? Yes, because my heart is thriving. Love happens in unexpected ways at unexpected times. That's what's so beautiful about it. That's what's so blind. You just resist it, slow down, try to gain control, or just open your heart and go with the flow. And who am I to kill what my heart wants with logical overthinking? This ship I will never be self-sabotagingly sinking. I finally found my poker match, and I'm all in. My frozen heart is melted, and my mind filled with sin, thinking about us together again and again. That was beautiful, Allie. I think I know what that's all about, but
Thank you.
Nice.
I'll just
It
leave
might be
that.
about my visitor here.
Your
I'm
visitor.
a muse.
Your visitor. He's a visitor. That's what you're gonna call him now. He's like,
Well,
he just
I guess
landed.
that part cut
Visitor.
out, but he said he lives in Oregon now. So
I have to wear one of them. I have to wear one of them name tags and everything.
It says, Allie owns me. No, just kidding.
Visitor. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool that Esther read those poems about road trips and drives because Scott here just went on a very long drive. We both have been driving a lot as well. So
From Houston, further than Houston, south of Houston on the coast to Oregon.
That's pretty amazing.
36 hours.
Yeah, he traveled quite a distance to come and see you. Aren't you a lucky girl? I mean, and
I am.
isn't love a wonderful thing? I mean, you just find it in the weirdest places. It's like divine timing. God decides, right? Or the big man, or great spirit.
Well, what is this weird? What is this weird place you speak of?
Universe? I don't know. I speak of nothing.
Weirdest places, huh? Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I'm keeping score.
Okay. You're keeping
Thank
score.
you for reading my poems, Mary.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yes, you did a great job. Then
A great job of stumbling over them because I'm
sorry that
masterfully-
I'm sorry that I train wrecked your show.
You did not train wreck my show. My show was a train wreck from the beginning. It's like as I stumble over the words, blah blah blah. I'm so tired. Yes, to see if I can function through this whole
I think
thing.
we probably lost everybody waiting on me to pick out it. And then I just went random anyway. Oh well.
Oh no. Shh, keep them negative vibes to yourself there, Scott. We're good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everything is gravy, trust me. Okay, so I'm actually going to read a few of my poems before I move on to Michael Lacy, Michael Falls, and Max Myers. So, Alycia, would you read my biography for me? Please.
Yes, Marie Moldovan is a published poet, author, and artist. Her digital art book, Puppet Cross, can be found on blurb.com and Amazon. And she is also an amazing mother and friend, as well as a Reiki master and a shaman.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I enjoyed that introduction. So the first poem that I'm going to read is titled Miss Porcelain. And hopefully I don't stumble over my own poem, but if I do, oh well. There she be, that blue-nosed porcelain doll, draped in lace and satin, toting her little red dragon, mandated from puddle splashing and exterior play for the month of May, especially when feathers favor unclean condition and waiting breeches. There she be, daring not to make a mess, for if she did tarnish her saintly dress, a wooden paddling she would be set upon executioner's lap to get. There she be, tiptoeing as if procuring dust on her soul of sin, playing a sanitary role in a daunting game that almost impossible to win, causing her to wish she could just give in and roll around like a pig in the puddle of mud whilst chewing her gum like a cow its cud. There she be, halted in twisted paws, searching a legal blade claws, as if fearing tiptoeing in a self-tiptoeing muddle, needing a clean getaway nap. She clap in an upper-class fuddle with lips tightly pressed, conditionally fused with candlestick, Red Nose caressed and branded, mind your own beeswax. Saintly, clean, and silent, a seemingly impossible task for many a curious child, wanting to explore every inch of their imagination, wishing to lay in the grass, spying many a shape in the clouds, craving to run along the river in a manner thought to be wild, yearning to be free of adequate limitation, preferring unrestricted mud pie flirtation. There she be, exhausted from standing on the tip of her iceberg toes, expressing little to no woes, scurrying as if a mouse wearing stilts to her glass castle where no flower exists to wilt, to sit in eerie silence, demonstrating acquiescent alliance, daring not to crack the lips of her mask to peep unless asked. And even if asked a query, she dare not express a single word of opinion and chatter, for society's glass ceiling might shatter. There she sit with eyelids in constant flutter, as if she chopping emotions outburst onions, to stuff away in a glass container and serve as rational soup later. Program with the big girls don't cry chime, blinking back her tears in clockwork time, as if a single tear streak would corrupt her fragile system and fracture its flawless facade. Okay. I guess I can't read the rest of that because I just lost my own Wi-Fi. Well, there's that. So we skip that one and we'll move on to the next. Okay, so the next poem that I'm going to read does not have a title. No. Pondering the rhetoric of insanity's relief from a society reigned in written refinement, I embrace the break of mundane breaks and toss the billiards of black felted blues with strained belief into the trash can of tarnished ideals twinned by telling tales of tomatoes thrown in a toddler tantrum, and roll in the mud of happy in madness. And the next one is untitled as well. Cooled by the winds of mother's breath, my flame is crystallized to the conformative margins of rhyolitic magma, jailed by obsidian societal casing and forever restricted to the timings of an hourglass. And I think I will read two more. I sleep upon the hardwood of ancestral spirit, cut, milled, and laid to rest below the feet of selfish timings, pondering my resistance to bedroom furnishings and their luxury, finalizing my lack of attachment to the current position, the unspoken decision to move along before moving in, as if knowing this only be a temporary haven of self-preservation. And I think I will read one more, which is also untitled. Once a prostitute standing on the corner of addiction's runway, now a whore hiding behind the pulpit of a poetic prestige, displaying my soul's posture void of prim coverings for a single emotive release. I stroke the sinning nature of my turmoil's existence and pop its inkings between the cherry folds bound in porcelain masking. Now, I do apologize for not being able to finish the last one, which was titled Miss Porcelain. I did lose connection on that one. So maybe next time I will be able to complete it. But if not, whatever, just leave you hanging. So I will move on to Michael Falls. I will read a few of Michael's poetry. I don't have a biography slide for Michael. I used to, so I guess that would make me unprepared. The first poem from Michael Falls is titled, Always Yours. Well, it isn't mine, it's always yours. Always second place, of course, behind the mirrors of your soul, suspicious place I think you go. The hellish gates swung wide open, lines of time don't coincide, semblance of my wounded pride. Questions left to light the way carry doubt till the end of days. Shadows fall like acid rain, fortress walls keep them at bay. Always yours, only my vice, nothing free I pay the price. Fading from those twilight eyes, I wander through my troubled mind. Sense of fading from your sight on a sea of regret in another time. Lay with me, but you're not home. Paint pictures of twilight zones. Always yours, but never mine. Rented space, somewhere in line. I truly enjoy Michael's poetry. Michael Falls is a brilliant writer. The next poem is titled Cup Runneth Empty. Filling my cup with promise empty, wonders what's up, whispering escape me. Endless rendition of song on repeat, the human condition to march to the beat. Can't quench my thirst, the waters run out. My cup now is empty, my soul is draught. Stare at the bottom, I scarcely believe. My cup runneth empty, my mind cannot conceive. Of time never ending, I think we are deceived. The egg has turned rotten, the plot still was hatched. Science what's followed will not lead us back. Blindly the blind, because no one can see, carrieth the torch of this hypocrisy. And the next one is titled Place to Be. Not sure why, but I am here again, supposed to start, but another end. Time is frozen, no in-between, trapped in those recurring themes. Nice of you, a familiar end, had to break 'cause you never bend. Now there is no place to be, eerie reflection of history. No defense that hurts the most, innocent as just a ghost. A place to be, a foreign land, displaced by a sleight of hand. And finally, I will read one more poem titled Sad Tide. The wave is rolling as I sleepwalk across the water, walking on water with a new albatross, not going under, going to stay on the crest, up and then down, but the ride is best. I can't see through the water under the waves. Everything's blurry. Why can't it be saved? A wave of elation, a sad high tide, search for more than wounded pride. Long possession, tired soul, can't escape, no place to go. On top of the wave, sad as low tide, hoping there's more, 'cause I'm empty inside. That is beautiful, Michael. Michael Falls, once again, I feel he is a brilliant writer. I truly enjoy his work, and hopefully one of these times he will pop up on the show and read himself, because I would truly enjoy that. And now I will read poetry from Michael Lacy and then end with Max Myers. Now, the first poem that I'm going to read of Michael's is untitled, but before I get to that, I will actually read his biography. Michael Lacy is 40 years young, immortal, hailing from the crossroads of good, bad, and evil. He has 5 beautiful children that he claims to save his face and be his saving grace. His children are the loves of his life and own his heart. And once again, the poem that I'm going to read, the first one, is untitled. It's a bit long. This heartbeat attacks my sleeve. Blood races down the lanes of my arm. There's blood on my hands. And this was handwritten from my soul, but you can call it art. Just a feather and a breeze on a starry night, my mind speaks to me in different languages. But our frequency is stitched with intertwining seams and tangled positions mangle our obligations tonight. This kind of flirtation is almost scandalous because our minds touch with intimacy. She's a ghost and I'm haunted by a premonition. This could get lost in translation. I'm a murmur, I've got my own rhythm, and she's a swan among noisy geese. I try not to look clingy as she's starting to glide effortlessly. There we go. All I wanted her to do was breathe, and all she wanted was me. The picture I'm trying to paint here, you could only see through imagination. So plug me in, let the music take you away, and I'll be your drug, 'cause I'll take your pain. Because we go through different things, never scared to comprehend each other's scars. We've both slept with a broken heart, in a dark place attached to something darker. No wonder these overshadows cloud the light of sanity. But this life is beautiful when you learn patience. Look at a diamond on your finger sparkle, so much pressure on it, left wondering if it would ever be found. Let's pick each other up, because all I see is us and something overcoming. We can watch the sunrise every day, never setting on us because we'll never watch it fall. So cry with tears in your mind because God must answer subconscious prayers. This feels like the start of a memory. It sounds like a keepsake, a treasure of letting go with more control, because we only lose it on each other. I'm not looking to turn you into a poem. I'd get lost without her anesthetic that is aglow. Her fingers spit over mine and lock in like a Tetris blocks. I can't even look in her eyes without a shoebox. Glowing rims and the irises move over her pupils like a solar eclipse. So while everyone stares at her outside beauty from afar, I'm focusing within to see much more with a glimpse. A solar beauty flared in vulnerability, swimming alone in the deep-ended abyss. I keep my distance for now because I am learning patience, because I'm a poet and a poet thinks. Not just with their brain, but with their heart, and at times we can tell fiction from non. It's a deep form of art that sets us apart, so I guess I'm gonna die trying to win, because I want something as bad as I want to breathe. I'm molding you like clay around my mood. You're painting the picture that I choose. I'm creating your vision for you in your head, because life is poetry and today is almost dead. And it's taught me about myself and how to remember what's dead. That pen isn't a gift, it's a sword with a doubled edge. So I live for everyone else in the now, when living for myself never made me happy. I am now thinking so much more clear. And I apologize for stumbling through that one. Like I said, I am quite tired. Just give me a moment. I've got to just check something here. Can everybody hear me? Can I do a sound check real quick? Ruth, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you. The next poem that I'm going to read by Michael is again untitled. She was lonely, so much coldness darkened on me. I was concerned, so the great wide open disappeared on me. And I started noticing a busted soul, unholy, draped in black and bruised. She's always don't hold. So she says, don't hold me. Because what comforts us reminds her of abuse. She says on her last string, a wicker thread brittled kindling. As she starts dousing herself with gasoline, I'm in shock by her state of complexity. Dry bones coated in all the flammable things, and all I see is a dripping silhouette, and then I hear a click, click, cling. The Zippo flame crescendo as it was really dancing on her flesh, eliminating everything she was holding with, now a bubbling mess. Screaming regrets out of windowed eyes, waiting to get burned, because the melted lips can't see or tell lies, and it's too late for her now, so I watch and sit. The pain is a witness. With my mouth left wide open, I can't grip this, because she seemed fine earlier. Still the fact remained this lady was going up in a blaze, a moment of scream defeated by a lifetime of silence, burning inside her, I could tell. Because I'm still sitting here watching her squirm, stuck in her chair. She's engulfed in misery, and I could have helped. She's gone now, charred, billowed, just a pillow of smoke. So I stand in your dust kicked up like the morning fog. The pain is gone, so she wraps me in her ghostly ash, a tornado of truth, 360 of letdown. I can't ignore this here, pretend it's okay and not real. You just wanted a friend, and I was too eager not to adhere. So you showed me my future hell if I didn't start to be myself. But first I had to find myself. I'm starting to level up. Well, she's a suicide, and there's a hell. Thank God I'm not in it anymore. When pain killed, it was my day of rebirth, like a blood rained in the field, calmly falling on a sacred, scared kid. Then rainbows of amazing. Her potential was a spectrum of color. She felt too much to even speak, and I'll never get the day I started to see. She gave me a voice, and I am to speak. That's beautiful, Michael. Of course, reading that, I personally have a situation where when you were talking about the Zippo and the lighter and gasoline being poured on somebody, I know someone very personally where her husband threw gasoline on her and actually threatened to light her on fire. Did click the Zippo and drop it, but thankfully nothing happened. The next poem by Michael is again untitled. You're so beautiful and your life is your pageant, and I'm so brutal. Yeah, baby, a cruel intention. So act juvenile before I'm cased in a basket, and I'm delusional. It's a bad habit. We're just a couple of savages trying to light a fuse, fighting over who's the bigger piece of shit. I'm tugging and she's war, fighting over a lit dynamite stick. Fight, hit, bite, spit, lie, unite. Hit, fight, lie, whip, bite, split. When love is blind, we see each other over just fine, and I'm about to hit the ground with my mind like a hammer, and you'll rake me back like a garden. This is how our dirt gets turned over in midair, and up to that ninth cloud raining down on our heads, because I want to find you, hold you, and I want to hate you, choke you, and shake you. Want to kill you, want to love you, want to hurt you. Then heal your soul and take it straight to hell. Don't make me burn this house down with tears. It's not like I'm planning on building another one for years. I'm tired of being conditioned as the problem, when there's something wrong with you because you're never fucking wrong. And that's a real problem for imperfection. And all I ever needed was belief from you. So believe in Jesus as he tells you to believe in me. Growing pains from being watered by gasoline. Go ahead, pull me like a weed because you're always threatening to leave. But my heart had finally felt what my mind already knew. So no more putting up with with our shit. Get a sewer line ready. We don't deserve us, but we come back because we leave, and how we treat each other is how we feel about each other. So I guess we do love one another because we wanted us to work, but we knew we would have killed each other first. So let us go so I could grow and you could take the plunge into another unknown. There's a lot of emotion in Michael's poetry. It's really emotive, and it can draw you in quite a ways. I do enjoy his writing. It can be quite triggering, I feel, for some, but I often feel that when we are triggered by something that we read, it allows a pent emotion to be released. And so the next poet that I'm going to read from is Max Myers. He only submitted one poem for us, so I'm going to read that now. But first I will read Max's biography. And Max, no, I have not changed your picture because I really like the one that's there. You'll forgive me, I know, because you love me. Max Myers, a Sacramento, California resident for some years, inspired to write a world of natural beauty, loving friendships, and the magical and mystical spiritual relationship between all things. Max has been writing poetry and short essays for the last 60 years. A self-taught poet-writer, he is an artist, musician, beekeeper who has traveled around the beautiful country, seeing profoundly impressive and magical sights, and spending time meeting the wonderful poets who make up the color and flavor of America. The wonderful people. There is so much to observe and document, and as Walt Whitman once said, one discovers the song of thyself. Max has self-published several books, and they are available on Amazon. So if you want to buy one of Max's wonderful pieces, please do, because he is an amazing poet. I really enjoy it when he does pop on and read for us. He reminds me of a wizard, an old wizard sitting around a fire with a bunch of students. I enjoy Max's writing very much. So the poem Max submitted is entitled, or maybe it is titled Words on a Page. Okay, I think maybe it's titled Words on a Page. I read her words, felt her pain and sadness, the left of her deserved, such as life can bring forth without pity, without judgment or mercy, perhaps sinners all, saints as well sin. As her words were placed upon the page, the fallings of mankind shouted, innocent be damned, for nothing is sacred under the sun. And that is it. We have come to the end of the show, and I thank everybody who's tuned in, and hopefully you will join us next week. It will be an evening podcast next week. Would you, Ruth, Lucas, Esther, would you like to say goodbye?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. I really enjoyed your reads. You guys have an amazing spoken word capacity, and Till next time, love you. Bye-bye. Much peace and love. Take care.
And happy Christmas.
Yeah, happy Christmas.